Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion. I am joined by Scarhoof again.
What's up?
What's up, dude? 16 is out.
That's right. Finally.
Yes! They totally sprung it on us too. It came out at 6 in the morning on Wednesday, our time. I was
Which was
awake.
my birthday, by the way.
Oh, it was? Nice.
Yeah.
Happy
I turned
belated
42
birthday.
on the day that they released it.
Well, that was a good birthday
Yeah.
present.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I already had the day planned, so I didn't really get to even touch it. So,
wow.
And then there were issues with the Mac version that I had to work out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, but Thursday, I pulled it up on Thursday and it works great. And now I just
Awesome.
got to get used to all the new things.
Yeah.
It looks so different.
It does.
It's kind of freaking me out.
It does. It looks way different. So kind of getting into that. First off, the current goal is to have a semi-stable version by Christmas. We'll see how that goes. They're fixing tons of bugs. We're already on 16.3, I believe.
3. Yep.
Which had 30 bug fixes.
It's like every 12 to 13 hours they put out a new one so far.
Mm-hmm. So temporary buffer chest simplification. The buffer chests are now in the game, but they're now usable only for personal logistics and construction, but not for requester chests. Changed it before release, as we noticed during the playtesting that a lot of the items are moved to buffer chests, which could be the other part of the factory, just to be immediately moved to requester chests, which could be all the way on the other side. It's basically broken. We didn't foresee it. So we have some different things in mind to solve the problem. If it works out, we would like to enable buffer chests for requesters during the stabilization. So I guess this is kind of just their breakdown that give requester chests priority over buffer chests. This means that nothing would go to buffer chest requests unless the item is already satisfied for all requester chests, which I think makes sense. That would be good.
I mean, it's in the name. It's a buffer chest,
Yeah.
right? You would think that you would fulfill all the normal requests and anything extra would go to the buffer chest.
You would think.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand what buffers mean, but
yeah, it would make sense to me. So then we were also considering the player could have a checkbox in the requester that could allow to specify whether the requester should get things from buffer chests or not. We prefer if the game doesn't have too many settings like this to get lost, but it might be useful to give the player more options. Which
I like that idea, and I can see how there would be certain things, for the vast majority of your factory, you want it to just kind of run, but things for defenses, you always want those to be able to be pulled, right? And you want things like defenses to always have, supply, so have that pull from other things. But if let's say your copper supply is low, you want to know that there's a copper issue and not have it covered over by the fact that it's just pulling from a buffer chest,
right?
Kind of a thing.
Exactly. So yeah, essentially, they're not fully replacing storage chests, and it always seems easy to do until they actually make it, and then it's broken, which is what they experienced. But so now on to belt. This is one that I think deserves some discussion and opinions. So the belt compression, to summarize, internal mechanics of the belts were changed in 016, and as a side effect of that, the trick where you could insert onto an underground belt and compress the belt, like a lot of smelter setups did, no longer works. Which, according to them, is correct because it was never supposed to work like that in the first place.
Right.
But then they go on to say that some of the side loading tricks were not intentional. So essentially, now some side loading also doesn't compress the belt either. But they're saying we're going to have some discussions in the office about how the belt compressing should work and what techniques should work and what shouldn't. And this is Coverex, I would personally prefer to make the only way to compress the two uncompressed belts by using a splitter, as all other tricks are kind of unintuitive usages of bugs in previous belt internals. Others think differently, as they want to make inserters and sideloading compress automatically. I think it would actually remove part of the emergent gameplay and something for player to learn as she explores mechanics of the game. But it would be more comfortable to play. So, what are your thoughts?
I immediately noticed this when I loaded up one of my worlds in Alpha 16. And then, of course, the forums were all lit up about it. The uncompressed belt or the underground belt thing, as long as they give us something to replace it, I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when I'm using this is in a smelting array,
Right.
you know, and I don't want to have two smelting arrays side by side feed into a single belt just to get a single compressed belt. That just seems ridiculous when the inserters should be able to do it. And side loading works, but it also makes your things bulkier. So personally, I would go for having maybe the stack inserters be able to just compress the belt just fine.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, just the stack inserters, nothing else can do it. And that way, it's kind of more of a higher end thing when it really matters that things, you know, that your throughput is compressed and stuff. So that's my thought on it, though.
I would mostly agree. There's some like you wouldn't necessarily have to do two smelting setups. You could do the one where you have like your ore and coal in the middle, and then it outputs to left and like on the outside, and then you
Hmm.
merge those two. But that's like not
But that
really
was kind
great.
of relying on either side loading,
Yeah,
or it was still you were still kind of constricted with loading in because your inserters near the end of your smelting stack wouldn't be able to insert onto the thing if there was a tiny little gap.
right. So
So yeah,
yeah,
we need something. We need a way of doing that specifically for smelting. You know, and obviously there's other places, but I think I agree with the rest of his team in that we need a way to be able to do it.
yeah, and the like comments on the forum discussion pretty much said that like it seemed back and forth a bit between having inserters being able to do it and have side loading be able to do it.
Hmm.
People, it was kind of split, but one of the two I think really needs to happen because only being able to use a splitter is really kind of annoying.
Hmm.
And I think there should be more options than that because like the other thing too is like Factorio is a game where there's like many different ways to do something, right? Like
Yep.
to achieve the same thing, and only letting it be a splitter kind of like completely contradicts that. Where it's like
Right.
if you want a compressed line, you have to do it this way, and there's literally nothing else you can do. Just kind of totally contradicts what I think is a good theme of Factorio, where you can be like, you want to do this? Cool. You can do it 10 different ways, and whichever one you
Yep.
like best, do it.
Uh-huh. Because that it gives you options. It makes for unique builds because everybody chooses the method that they prefer and they run with it. And then you see more unique things rather than this is the only way, and people quickly run out of ideas.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So definitely, if you guys have opinions on that, voice it down below. But more importantly, voice it on the forum discussion. They even ask for opinions at the bottom
Hmm.
of the post. Go there and let them know what you think because that's really important. They're asking for feedback on this. So this is essentially just like a 20-second summary of this next 3 paragraphs. Clone just explains bug hunting that they're trying to work through bugs as quick as they can. If you have a bug that you found, report it on the bug report forum specifically. Don't PM it to somebody. Don't post it in general discussion or something. And then equally as important as that is to don't just post it willy-nilly. Look and see, has it been made? Has it been
Uh-huh.
deemed not a bug? Has it been deemed already fixed before you post one? Because
Yep. Always search first.
yeah, exactly. And then not everything's a bug, as he says. Some things may seem like a bug, but they're actually not. So again, check. But then also just something worth noting is that, if it seems like they're ignoring a bug request or something, it essentially just says that some things, obviously have priority over others. So they may just leave them be for a little bit.
Hmm.
And just not respond or anything. But if it's still there and not moved to like not a bug or fix, it means they'll get to it. It's just not super high priority.
Yep.
So that's pretty much that. And then t-shirts. So Monday afternoon, we received 28 boxes of t-shirts. That's a lot of shirts, man.
Oh yeah.
And soon after we opened our store to orders, frankly, we're not expecting this many orders. I mean, we did call that. Remember?
Yeah, honestly, did they honestly not think that they're not going to get this many orders?
I find it a little baffling that they're like surprised by this. It's like
Nobody wants our T-shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this game.
it's like it's not like they've been asked by hundreds of people over the last like 3 years for merchandise. But essentially, they received 700 orders in the first 24 hours, which is actually less than we thought it would be. I expected it to just sell out, but
yeah,
700 orders. It took 3 of them, Jitka, Honda Q, and Clonin, over 12 hours to pack all of them, but we did it. In this picture, oh my goodness,
that is insane. Yeah,
that
between both of these pictures, yeah. It's just crazy.
Like, I can't imagine. I feel like they would probably never want to wrap anything again.
And that's over Rima paper, by the way, just for all the packing slips and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's like, it's ridiculous how much this this is. So they're shipping these shipped out. It says down here that the first shipment of 786 packages was sent Wednesday morning, which included all orders placed before midnight on Tuesday. As of this morning, Friday, we only have 800 t-shirts left. We ordered a batch of 3,000 more, but they won't arrive till New Year. As we expect, this next week will be quite hectic for us, but nonetheless, this week has been, but we are looking forward to reading your thoughts and comment. So that's pretty much it, but damn, like, that's just so many shirts.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I bet you like halfway through they were just sitting there like, wow,
why didn't we get a service to handle this for us?
Why did we decide to do this ourselves? But yeah, it's good. I mean, if you haven't ordered a t-shirt and you want one, definitely order one. You probably won't get it before Christmas. But it also, shipping seems like a fairly flat rate. Like, I think it's like $10 shipping to anywhere in the US is what I've gathered. I did see some people complain that it was high, like to Europe. It was like $8 to Europe, even if they're like the next country over. But whatever. I mean, I'd pay $30 for a Factorio t-shirt anyway.
Oh yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, is there anything else you want to discuss?
Nope. I'm just glad that Alpha 16's out. I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's super fun so far. But I think that's going to do it. Anyway, go to the forum discussion to leave your thoughts about the compression and anything else you have, or leave them down below as well. And until next time, we will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.